Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So, first things first, heads up, it's hot, so I'm going to be fanning myself with a hand fan. So it's not very loud, but you can sort of hear it. And if I do it from this side, you can see the shadow. That's what that is. Um, but anyways, yeah, the reading. Uh, I thought I had something, but it kind of slipped away. So, slipperiness. I'm seeing a snake slithering, right? They don't have those pesky limbs to get in the way, so they can get in spaces that a lot of other things can't, right? There's this, and they're very agile, actually. That's incomprehensible to us because we move with our limbs, but they're actually much better off not having them because they're very well adapted for the lives they live, and snakes are the most successful lizards, I'm pretty sure. So they are not worse off for their lack of limbs, okay? To think that is to place an undue amount of importance on the human perspective. Interesting. Yeah, just because something works for you doesn't mean it will work for someone else. Just because something works for someone else doesn't mean it will work for you. Um, and well, that's the case for most things. There are some things, I'm hearing this is really important. I'm getting a strong ring in my right ear. There are some things that are just never good for anyone, and we need to be able to say that. We need to be able to say, yeah, you can do this, it's legal, but it's not a good idea and you shouldn't do it. We need to be able to say those things. I'm hearing that's very important. Um, yeah, but otherwise, we're going to see whatever the heck comes through. So, of course, dogs are yapping. Yeah, we're going to see whatever. Oh my goodness, dogs. We're going to see whatever else comes through. So this will be timeless in general. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Whenever you find this, if you resonate with the energy and it makes sense for you, that's perfectly fine. Consult your own intuition. So if you get an intuitive hit during the reading, take that into account when interpreting your reading and practice your discernment always. You're going to be getting a lot of individual messages probably because the computer fan started going crazy as I was saying consult your own intuition. What's the last part? Additionally, I had to interrupt myself to say it, but I disrupted my flow. Um, Additionally, I channel in radical honesty, so if you're not here in radical self honesty, personal responsibility, and accountability, then this is not the channel for you. So, let's see what is going on in the energy. What do you need to know? What do you need to hear? Maybe we're going to find out what's something about this slipperiness. Ooh, Knight of Pentacles. It's going to unfold, but slowly. You really need to be patient. Let it be revealed to you in time. Yeah, blockages are being... Okay, I'm getting a visual now. So I'm sort of... Okay, getting a couple things. First, I was seeing like an infinite... Like a complex of infinite hallways or something, right? Very horror game type vibe. And you see a snake and you start following it. And as you round the corner, you see it's just the end of it slither around another corner. And this keeps happening over and over and over. And you're just trying to get to it. It's so elusive. It's always on the edge. Oh, just ahead of you, just almost out of view. You keep thinking you've lost it. And that's just spirit. And I just heard bringer of knowledge, which is funny. Because, I mean, tea. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. So, um, yeah. Garden of Eden story. And it is a story. It's not history. Um, the the snake is the only one who didn't lie. And people are saying, "Oh, it was the devil." No, it wasn't. Cursed to crawl on their belly the rest of their days, which is just a folklore explanation of why snakes don't have limbs. But that's besides the point. If it was supposed to be the devil wouldn't be walking the next time mentioned in the story. So make that make sense. You can't because it's just folklore that people came up with that was supposed to be the devil. But even if it was, it wouldn't matter. In that story, the snake is literally the only person who does not lie. Everything the snake said was true, and it was the snake that gave them the knowledge, or led them to the knowledge. They still had to acquire it themselves, but the snake led them there. Similarly, this snake this visual is leading you somewhere, and every corner you round, it's like you bump into the corner, you're trying to clear it too quickly, and you're not noticing, but it's like taking these chunks off of you. And at first you might look and be like, oh no, what happened? And then you look a little closer, and it was like a wax covering over top of you, and your real self is underneath and perfectly fine. And every time you round a corner, maybe sometimes you have to jump over something or crawl under something, and it's just slowly and surely, again with the Knight of Pentacles energy and Five of Wands reversed, it's peeling away these falsehoods, these lies, these projections, these protections that were once genuinely protectful. So don't feel shame that they formed in the first place. They had to, because you couldn't handle something at the time. But now you're strong enough. You have to handle it. You have to confront it. That's why it's coming out. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. It's the fucking time. The time had to come. It's here. Let's deal with it. Okay. Five of Swords reversed. The Lovers reversed. Three of Pentacles with the Hermit on the bottom of the deck, and I just heard self-mastery. I've been picking up heavily, like the whole collective is being called to master ourselves, basically in all ways, but most importantly right now, emotionally, we need to master our emotions. We need to be, that does not mean suppressing them, that does not mean denying them, that means feeling them, acknowledging them, not letting them control you, making the wise decision even though it's hard. Okay? Five of Swords reversed. Yeah, there's these mental blockages are falling away, and those have to be taken away for you to undo the physical blockages. So now I'm hearing the snake like whisper things as it rounds the corner, and you kind of hear it, and it's giving like sort of subliminal energies, like you just hear a little bit of something and it triggers a thought in your head which makes you realize something, and you're realizing all of these things. You're realizing, oh shit, he lied to us. We're not going to die if we eat this. And then they ate it and didn't die. He lied, right? Back to the story. And I also got to get into this. People are like, oh, well, they were immortal before then. Were they? There's no indication of that. And there was a there was a tree of the fruit of eternal life, which again, clearly a metaphor, but they hadn't eaten from that, so they weren't immortal. And he kicked them out because if they ate the fruit, then they would become immortal. They weren't immortal. That is more folklore that people came up with to justify the literal belief. And give yourself grace. Like, people are intentionally trying to tell you this is literal with the intention to control you. But it is a lie to control you, and we have to confront that. Like, we really got to give up on religion. It is control systems. That's all it is. That's all any belief system is. They're rigid because they exist to control you. They want you to think and act a certain way. They're not actually... It is a lie that they are about truth or goodness. Like, read the holy texts of all of different religions. Not a one reads the way people say it does. Not one. Most of them are fucking atrocious. We're getting into it apparently. So yeah, you really gotta. And again, with the Hermit here, the Hermit isn't following someone else's light. The Hermit's following their own light. You gotta sort this shit yourself. You gotta do this journeying, this discovery yourself. 909. I feel like I've been recording for 30 minutes, so I'm actually kind of freaked out. Because this felt way longer than it's actually been. That is freaky. I mean, I'm a little time blind, so I don't normally... But I'm usually not that far off. Not that far off. Usually I'll be like, oh, I thought that was 20 minutes and it was 30. Or I thought it was 20 and it was 10, but that felt like 35 and it was 9. Like, that's a little bit... your perception of time might be a little bit wonky. This might... Oh, that's something else I'm picking up on with the Knight of Pentacles here. It feels like it's taking longer than it actually is. That's a perception thing. It's not actually taking that long, but going through it like makes time drag out. Sort of like how when you're fun, you're fun. When you're having fun, time can feel like it's moving faster. It's a perception thing. Time is always moving at the same rate in actuality, though. So keep that in mind. Okay, but with the Lovers reversed here, you're moving out. This is moving you out of disharmony, moving you out of confusion, and the Lovers also has to do with choices. So you're realizing that there's choices you have to stop making, and all of these things are coming to you. And with the Three of Pentacles finishing off the reading here, or at least the tarot card part, you are stepping into your power. And again, mastery, because this is an artisan in training, right? They're still good enough to be putting their work out, but they're still a novice, right? They're not the master in that institution. They might still sell their goods, but they're not selling their goods for the max price. They're doing the smaller jobs. They can still work, but they're not a master yet. They still have a lot to learn, and they know it, and they don't feel bad about it. Don't know what that wording specifically I used is going to mean something for somebody, okay? Didn't I say you're probably going to get a lot of messages in your own intuition? I think so. Be transparent. I love this card. I think this card is so cute. This is like one of my favorite I made. I love this card, but be transparent. Look closer. Look more closely at yourself. Be transparent. And I'm hearing with yourself. Don't be showing the whole world who you are. There's a little bit of showing the world who you are. Like, again, because in the Three of Pentacles, he's showing his work, right? But there's a lot of work you do behind the scenes, practice, working with scrap materials to hone your skills. And you're being told to look closely, study, and hone your skills in emotional self-mastery especially, but honestly, self-mastery in all ways. And then we have Let It Set, which is a butterfly hanging after emerging to let their wings dry and the gravity pull them down into the right shape. If they don't hang like this, their wings become deformed. So if you try to move too fast, I was like, why did I have to share all that? If you try to move too fast, things aren't going to set into place right, and you're going to fuck yourself up. Give yourself time. Again, with the Knight of Pentacles under here, like, it's going to take time, but you'll be fine, okay? Choppy seas ahead. You're fine. Your boat's not going to capsize, but you're going to get tossed around a little bit. It's not going to be the most comfortable. It's not even going to be kind of comfortable a lot of the time, but you're going to get used to it. You're going to get your sea legs, I just heard. Emotional sea legs, okay? You'll be okay, but it's not going to be smooth sailing. And if you expect it to be smooth sailing and you go into it with the expectation that this will be a breeze, you're going to be really freaking disappointed when it's not. So go in expecting, it's going to be a little choppy, but that's okay because I can handle it. I'm strong. I know I'm capable of this. And you've already proven through the past. Thank you, computer, for confirming the thought I had. The fans started going crazy as I had the thought. Some of you think you can't do it, but this is similar to the last reading I posted. What do you mean you can't do it? You just did it, right? Like that kind of thing. Like you've done it before. Not this specific thing, but you've done Let It Flow. You've done individual you've done the groundwork again with the work you do internally, setting the groundwork, mastering your skills, working with scrap materials before going on the real voyage, before really becoming an artisan and really selling your work, right? You'll hone your skills first. You've already done all of that work. It's time to put it all together. And with Let It Flow, don't get so in your head, right? That's like a lot of people, athletes, gamers, right? Sure, many other things. When you get in your head, you can't perform. And then your best performances, afterwards you're like, I literally was not in control of myself. Like I just let my body do what it knew it. I let myself do what I knew I needed to do, but I didn't really know how I knew. It was just it was deep inside of you. It was your unconscious. They didn't completely check out consciously, but they worked with their unconscious. And it can be kind of disoriented because we get so in our head, we're not used to that feeling. But that's a feeling you got to get used to, okay? Because it is important to be able to access that state. On offense reversed. Yeah, and okay. I was like, what does that mean? And then I got called to the hermit. It's not that people aren't going to be on their fuck shit. It's that you need to be in hermit. Hermit is not a euphemism for social isolation. Social isolation is just a part of the hermit energy. The hermit energy is self-studying, introspection, gaining wisdom. It's a very good energy, but you do it alone, okay? Um, it's saying the you need to be in this energy to learn the lessons, but also if you're not in this energy, you're going to be in the crossfire of a lot of bullshit. So just keep to yourself throughout this process, because some other people, I'm getting strong ring in the middle of my head. Um, that's yeah, I'm like the computer fan going crazy. That's gonna ping something for someone's intuition. A ring. It still sounded like a auditory message. When I hear something intuitively, it doesn't sound like in reality, but it is clearly using hearing to communicate the message. So it was still like that, but it was inside my head rather than when I say right ear, left ear. It's usually if it feels like it's outside of my ear a little bit, but this was in the center of my head. It's gonna be very important for someone. But yeah, so keep to yourself, because people are always gonna be on their fuck shit. Okay, it's just it is what it is. We gotta account for it. The world is not all sunshine and rainbows, but there is sunshine, there is rainbows, and let's appreciate it and love that beauty. Yeah, intuitive birth confirmation. Yeah, appreciate life and love the beauty. That's the last thing I'm hearing. So I hope this reading resonated and was helpful for you. If it did resonate and it was helpful, please like the video, comment anything you want, and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more readings from me in the future. Okay, we're actually getting one last bonus thing. Shoot for the moon! Okay, yeah, I don't even need to go into this, so it's fine that this came at the end. All right, bye guys.